This is a film of the 1940 flood. The pictures were taken by C.D. Coffey Jr. the morning after this terrible flood. This scene we are looking at now is at Forester's New Way service station that was inundated by water starting at about 11 o'clock the night before these pictures were taken. The water came down so fast into the Yadkin that the Yadkin couldn't take it, and the Reddish River came out of its banks and came across the field there to hit right below the depot and at Forester's New Way service station. At that time, Forester's had a menagerie there, and they succeeded in getting most of the animals out of their boxes and cages and took them to higher ground. But the water rose so rapidly it caught a lot of people by surprise. Some of the people in the houses down along the river banks there, down around Wilkesboro Avenue, which was just a little road then, a lot of them didn't even get enough out of the house. A lot of people would pick up what they could carry and brought it out, but it was just, the water just came up so quick it just caught everyone by surprise. This is looking down over Forester's New Way, down to southeast of town. And this is a scene up on the streets there. But the water got up about 6 or 8 feet in the office at the depot, at the railroad station. But it subsided rather rapidly the next day, and it kept going down. In a couple of days, it was back in the banks. But it was a terrible flood. Home Chair Company, who was right down east of Forester's New Way, about a half a mile or quarter of a mile, they don't know what caused the fire. It could have been an electric shortage by the water getting in there or what, but anyway, it was destroyed. Home Chair Company, and then a lot of the lumber that was piled along the Yadkin and Reddish was just washed away, and houses, a lot of homes and houses were just washed away. It was just a terrible sight to travel around there the next morning. You couldn't get across. The old bridge down at the near the prison camp was washed away completely during the night, when the Army broke loose from down in the fairgrounds and hit it and just took it right on out. But it was just the water just rose so rapidly that a lot of people couldn't escape. There were a lot of deaths. I don't know exactly now how many deaths, but there were quite a few all up and down the Yadkin Valley here. This is part of the old Home Chair Company there. These are storehouses that were around there. The railroad tracks were covered with water. A lot of people couldn't get back into North Wilkesboro from different areas because the bridges were all out. But the bridge that stood was the bridge that was built around 1933 between North Wilkesboro and Wilkesboro. The water got up over the bridge, but it was built so well that it withstood it. And that was one of the things that kept our communication between Wilkesboro and North Wilkesboro when the water subsided.
15 years, in fact, since any record has sold 1 million copies.
On this area there, that looks like it's over towards the tannery,
by over 200,000 pressings.
looking across the river there.
Decided that Glenn should get a trophy. The best one we could think of was a gold record of Chattanooga. And now, Glenn, it's yours with the best wishes of RCA Victor Bluebird Records.
Well, thank you, Wally.
I can't recognize any of these people here. It's been so long. It's been 51 years ago. But that's another shot there of the lower end of town near Home Chair Company.
Thanks, 1,200,000.
That's nicely put, Glenn, and I know that our sponsors are mighty proud of that record, too. So now, suppose we enjoy you and the boys playing what's on that gold record.
Those houses there are down the lower end of town, down the lower end of East Main Street. That's the railroad tracks there they're standing on. looks very devastated. It came up so quick, you noticed that big Texaco truck there. It didn't have time to get down there and get it out. Those were lumber stacks that all up and down the river that were just washed away and piled up. It was just thousands and thousands of lumber packs that were washed away. There's Home Chair Company burning. That was a terrible sight. They later moved down the Rowan River and rebuilt the plant and kept going. Home Chair was owned by the Moore family then. That was Mr. J.D. Moore Sr. and then Henry Moore and J.D. Moore and Anna Cath Carrington and Ms. Jim Hicks, Ms. Mary Moore Hicks. They were the ones that owned that company down there before it was sold. And that's the bridge to Wilkesboro, between North Wilkesboro and Wilkesboro that stood. See those 38, 39, 40 model cars going across there. We didn't have any water for quite a while, and I know Dr. Hutchins had a well that was above his house there, about a block off from Main Street, and we went up there and drew water to keep Brame Drugstore open till they got the water back in shape over at the Reddish River Dam. That's another scene there of Home Chair Company burning up, which is a disaster.
Now we play another new tune from March